This morning when I opened up my YouTube, I saw this video titled, "Don't Waste Your Life." I have to say, I think it's very difficult living in our world today to have so much information, so much advice, and just so much complexity going on around you. How do we know how to live our lives? Do you do your own thing and keep going and never abandon it? Or do you experiment with different trends going on around you? Do you plug your ears from all the noise going on? Or do you cave in and hear the news? I know my choice is made, and it's to keep things simple. Keep it to the minimal essentials and stay close to the core of me. The simple reason why I love minimalism is because it's just so simple and elegant. It's the same reason why I love Japanese designs, Chinese characters, a paper analog book, a math equation, or even the design of an Apple computer. Because I think the most beautiful things in the world are the simplest. I'm reminded of this whenever I look at a Zen garden, a tatami room, or a beautiful piece of architecture. Simple things capture the essence. It points directly and only to the essence of something. It sorts through the mess, through the complexity, it rips through all the decorations and the frills, and it gets to the heart of the subject. When we are lost, simplicity and minimalism gives us a direction. So Rodin is one of my favorite sculptors. He seems to always be able to see the true essence of the subject that he's sculpting when the rest of us can barely put a finger on it. But when we see his sculptures, we think, yes, that's exactly what it's about. He has once said, "I choose a piece of marble and I chop off whatever I don't need." The key to recognizing the essence of anything is by getting rid of the fluff around it. Why do we have to represent ourselves like this when our nature is more like this? Why do we need to paint our nails like this when we're supposed to use our hands like this? Why do we need to ornate our rooms like this when what we need is a peaceful space like this? Why do we need to dress ourselves like this when who we really are is like this? I love minimalism and simplicity because it cuts through the frills. It takes me directly to the essence, not only in things, but in us. The essence of a living organism is to keep living, to be strong to survive, maybe to help its own species to survive. The essence of a human being, you might say that it's to go beyond survival, to think, perhaps to feel, to do things, to make things, to love other people, or to see reality more clearly. And what about the essence of being you? These questions have kept so many philosophers pondering for centuries. Some say that we are meant to live moral lives and always do the right things, while others say that our true essence is for us to explore and experiment with. We are to find out what each of our souls yearns for and to live that out as distinctly as possible. While even others believe that we don't have an essence. Buddhists, for example, believe that we and ourselves are just illusions. So as you can see, finding the answer is not easy. It takes experience, reflection, and above all, maybe a lot of reductionist thinking. Many would argue that we can't boil these complex questions down to simple, straight answers. But as a lover of simplicity, I say yes. Let's boil it down to some simple, straight answers. This world is overly complex, and we need simplicity sometimes. We need mental models, and there's nothing wrong with a clear, concise mental representation. What do I live for? What is my essence? Who am I? Personally, as I grow older, my answers are coming into focus, but they're also shifting at the same time. But I know certain things for sure. I know I can't live for fancy clothes and makeup and hair. I can't live for expensive accessories, a fancy car, a beautiful home, exotic vacations, first-class seats, or expensive restaurants. These things are no longer bringing me meaning or joy, And these are absolutely not my essences. Same thing with fame, reputation, and what other people think of me. The balance in my bank account, the number of friends my social media tells me I have. It's becoming so evident that I can't live for these. These things are so far away from my essence that it's laughable. So then you ask, what really is my essence? I can give you some images. When I close my eyes, I see a child playing Chinese checker with her dad, a girl playing with her friends, a girl painting, a girl helping her mom take down Christmas decorations, a person struggling at her desk, reflecting, writing, and wanting to do something. What about you? What are some images that come to mind when you think about your true essence? We just finished moving to a new apartment, and this time when we moved, things came into sharper focus than ever before. Our things, our belongings do nothing but weigh us down. Our appearance, our status, our money, even our apartment are all external things. We can part with them and still be fine. These extra things that we hold are like ugly paint on a beautiful classical architecture. They're unnecessary, they're tacky, they're frivolous, and they completely obscure any clarity we might have on our lives. When I wake up in my apartment, I can't be bothered to think about the boxes I have to unpack, the things I have to sort through. I just want to live my life and do what I love. When each of us wake up in the morning with a fresh set of 24 hours, we don't wake up to look at our possessions or admire our cars. We wake up for things that are truly core and meaningful to us. We wake up to do what we're meant to do and to carry out the tasks that only we can. We wake up to enjoy being with the people we love, and we wake up because something important calls out to us to get up and live out the day. The world tries to convince us that so many things are important. We need to think about our money, our spending, our savings, our insurance, our jobs, our title, our friends, family, pets, our health, our appearance, car, garage, house, when in fact, so few of these things are truly important. I remember once reading this book written by a doctor. He spent his life in a hospital watching people suffer through sickness, then pass away in loneliness, in desperation, or parting with their family in haste. And he exclaimed, "We humans, even if we're only able to hold on to one of the most important things in life, be it our health, our relationship, or professional achievements, we should already consider ourselves very lucky." Because the truth and tragedy is, so many of us try so hard all our lives to hold on to all of these things, and yet in the end, we aren't able to even keep one of these things. That is why I love minimalism, because I don't want to wake up in a hospital bed one day and not know what I've lived for. I want to stay away as far as possible from the unimportant fluff, and I want to recognize what's truly essential in my life. I hope you found this discussion thoughtful. Thank you so much for listening to me, and I will see you next time. Bye.